Shemayim Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you brothers, you sisters, sincerely in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. My name is Lamadia. And the name of this video is going to be entitled Keep a Lookout for November 5th. But before I continue, fair use, fair use. I just want to put the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So with that being said, this video is solely for educational purposes, not for monetization. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So like I said, the name of this video is going to be entitled Keep an Eye Out for November 5th. Now, as we currently still under this government shutdown, November 5th will make the longest government shutdown in history. Whereas we had the longest government shutdown was 35 days. November 5th will mark 36 days. Keep in mind, Esau, he deals with numerology. 36 will be 666. So that's one of the reasons why I say to keep a lookout for November 5th. Now, I'm not saying anything's going to happen. Just saying don't be surprised if it does happen. So, you know, give me 1 second. Yeah, so just keep an eye out for it, because we know one of the things that Esau want, or the elites of Esau want, is anarchy. And we know anarchy is going to happen because anarchy is prophesying in scriptures. But the scriptures say too that the Most High take the wise and their own craftiness. So these elites that's trying to issue out these plans is really the plans of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to fulfill his prophecies. That's it. So that's, we're not to worry because we trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now the first scripture I want to read is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. What is some of his devices? Bringing about a new world disorder. Second, the main thing is the MOTB. But before Esau fully implement the MOTB, he's gonna do things gradually. He have to set in place a system where people get desperate. Now they're talking about people may receive 50% of the snaps than they supposed to receive. So they want to get a response from the people, or they want to see the response of the people, because scriptures say Esau, he inquired a diligent search. Now, when I thought of November 5th, the first thing that came to my mind was the movie V for Vendetta, which is a good movie. If you didn't watch it, go check it out. And that movie was about anarchy. And that movie was loosely based off an actual true event. And I'm gonna pull it up right now. Guy Fawkes. Let me read this one right here. Salaki. Guy Fawkes, November 5th. No, read this one first. So Guy Fawkes. The phrase Guy Fawkes, 5th of November, refers to Guy Fawkes and the failed gunpowder plot in 1605, which is commemorating annually on November 5th in the UK, with celebration known as Guy Fawkes Night, Bonfire Night, or Fireworks Night. On this date, Fawkes and his Catholic co-conspirators attempted to assassinate King James I by blowing up the Houses of Parliament, but the plot was foiled by an anonymous letter warning authorities. Let me read this one. Guy Fawkes Day is on November 5th, and it falls on Wednesday in 2025. The observance commemorate the failed gunpowder plot in 1605, when Guy Fawkes and other conspirators. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, when Guy Fawkes and other conspirators attempted to blow up the House of Lords or the Parliament. Celebration typically include bonfire, fireworks, and burning effigies. So, like, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So the main thing is, Esau put things in his movies, and in fact, let me pull this out right here. I want to play this clip. Again, fair use is for educational purposes only.
It's beautiful up here.
A more perfect stage could not be asked for.
I don't see any instruments.
Your powers of observation continue to serve you well. But wait! It is to Madame Justice that I dedicate this concerto in honor of the holiday she seems to have taken from these parts, and in recognition of the impostor that stands in her stead. Tell me, do you know what day it is, Evie?
November the 4th.
Not anymore. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. First, the overture. Yes, the strings. Listen carefully, can you hear it? Now the brass.
I can hear it. Look outside, Mummy. They're playing music. How did you do that?
Wait, here comes the crescendo.
keep in mind, the statue was Lady Justice, and them symbolizing that there's corruption in the country, and the people is gonna take things in their own hands, or enforce judgment or justice in their own power. Okay. Now this is another scene from the same movie, V for Vendetta.
Is keep his word. And then...
Okay, that's pretty much it. Another thing I want to add, because everything goes back to the number 6, and this is something that the elder Apostle Ramlab had pointed out. Now, when you calculate from 2000 the time from 2025 and 1605, that was 420 years ago. 4 plus 2 equals 6. So you see that the number is 6 is heavily associated with this day. And 6 is associated with incompletion, and incompletion is associated with sin. Whereas the number 7 is associated with completion or righteousness. And 6 falls short from 7. So it'll be incompletion or falling short. So I want to play this next video. This is I just
People have been heroically standing up to the atrocities and crimes that this regime has been committing, from flooding and invading South Shore and attacking an apartment complex, to the illegitimate ICE raids and brutalization of people that ICE has been carrying out on the streets of Chicago, at the Broadview processing facility, tear gassing people. This is fascism unleashed, unchained, and accelerating on the day-by-day basis. It is very important and necessary that people have come out in their millions around the country and have come out to say no to any fascist tyrant or king, and that has to go forward. Forward to D.C. on November 5th. My name is Leo Cargo. I'm out here on behalf.
You heard that? So on November 5th, they want to go take the bus to D.C. to protest against these ICE raids and other things that's happening.
I refuse fascism, but I'm with the RevCom Corps for the emancipation of humanity. And we stand shoulder to shoulder with anyone who is about driving out this fascist regime from power at the soonest possible time, which for us begins November 5th. Flooding DC the same way that we're flooding streets today, with protest that does not stop until this regime is removed from power. People standing up has been important and necessary, but all of that will be swallowed up if this regime is not driven from power by the millions of decent people in this country. So join us November 5th. Make sure to go to refusefascism.org to sign up.
So don't be surprised something happened on November 5th. And, you know, that's the thing, you know, everything's a psyops. Everything's a psyops. And a lot of these people are agents of chaos. So, you know, You know, us here, we just keep a lookout for what's happening and filtering it through prophecy. Now I have here the meaning of the word anarchy. I'm going to read the definition and then I'm going to go into the etymology. So, anarchy, a state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority or other controlling systems. And that's what Scripture speaks about. It prophesies about that. Now, here's the etymology of the word anarchy. So from the Greek, you got the, like you see here, an mean without. Archos means chief or ruler. So when you combine the words together, what does it mean? Without ruler. Now, it's not a king a ruler. It's not a president a ruler, a governor, a mayor. Now, let's show you in scriptures. Go to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras. For there should be sedition amongst men and invading one another. Invading one another is going into looting and people breaking into people's homes for resources. Now, it says this, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Are not kings and princes rulers? So if they're not regarding their kings nor their prince, what is it? Anarchy. Without ruler. And it says, and the course of their actions should stand in their power. Matter of fact, let me do this. Course of action. So I typed in course of action, a procedure adopted to deal with a situation. So, meaning they're going to take matters in their own hand. That's the prophecy. And the course of their action should stand in their power. Now, look at the word sedition. Sedition. Now, I type in sedition in law, and this is what came up. Sedition law criminalize speech or actions intended to incite insurrection against a government. It can include language or acts that promotes the overthrow of a government, incite violence or rebellion, or oppose government authority by force. That's anarchy. Historically, laws like the U.S. Sedition Act of 1798 targeted force, scandalous, and malicious writing about the government, while modern U.S. laws such as 18 this is put this say here, seditious conspiracy. Because right here just the section of law. So sedition, conspiracy. So that's all we pretty much need. Let's go back. So for there should be sedition amongst men. So that's what sedition means. So sedition is a speech or action intended to incite insurrection against a government. It can include language or acts that promote the overthrow of a government, incite violence or rebellion, or impose government authority by force. And that's all we need. And I'll close it with this. Let's go to Matthew 24 and 12. And it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And Yahweh Shah spoke about this. And I was going to the Greek of these words. Let's pull out a couple words. The first word I want to pull out is iniquity.
Strong's G 458. Anamia. Anamia.
The condition of without law, going into anarchy. Let me go more into this word. Phonamos.
Strong's G 459. Animas. Animas.
It doesn't really show it there, but let me try this. Okay, the Greek word animus mean lawless or without law. Got the word from the prefix a, meaning not or without, and nomos, meaning law. So it translates to without law. Let's go back. So it says, because iniquity shall abound. So that's the lawlessness abounding. The love of many shall wax cold. Go to the word cold or wax cold. The Greek word, you get psycho, and psy means mind. In other words, people gonna start losing their mind. Matter of fact, let me do this. Psycho definition. Right, so psych, breath, soul, or mind. So a lot of people are going to be losing their mind, because what's going to happen is the elite's going to put the squeeze on people and make them desperate. And I look at the word desperate. The word desperate really means without hope. Well, us that believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, we're not without hope, because we're going to be okay. We're going to be taken care of. You know, the Lord going to take care of us. Scriptures say, you know, my servant should eat. My servant should laugh. So we're going to be protected. And I'm going to close with that. And I'm going to say, call I am Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Lord, when this video is edifying. Until next time, Shalom.